Technology.
Candy!
Music! We got it!
Yeah, there we go. That's what we're talking about.
Welcome to the podcast of madness. I am, of course, Blonde Mike, and that is...
Black Hair Ben.
And together we are...
The collection of madness. On the podcast of madness.
Yay.
Just going to get rid of these things because they're hot.
Yeah, they are. So if you didn't know, today we're talking about our favorite music.
We are. Oh, we are.
Yes.
Why don't you come over here?
Yes.
Over here.
Yes.
The other direction.
Ben, what's your favorite genre of music?
Electronic.
Why?
Because it sounds awesome.
Thanks for watching. Have a good day.
Thanks for watching. Have a good day. Electronic music.
Okay.
I think it's one of my favorites because you can do absolutely anything with it.
Okay.
Like, you know, because it's digital and you can mix things down, you can add regular instruments, you can add, you know, have all synthesized, you can do literally sky's the limit. Your imagination is the only thing holding you back, and also maybe the program that you're using. But, you know.
Who's your favorite electronic music artist?
Well, so there are several that I have, but I'd have to say the one that I've enjoyed the most of is probably Tiesto.
I saw him live.
Did you?
Yeah.
I've always
New York
wanted to.
City
That would be
EDC
cool.
NY.
Nice.
2014.
Tiesto's definitely one of my favorites.
Yeah.
I'm
a great show.
Big. Oh yeah, he always does.
Yeah.
That's one of the reasons why he's such a top artist.
Yeah.
But I was actually reading an article where apparently he was like the #1 DJ for like 16 years in a row just because he was able to get a concert of like 40-some thousand people by himself. Like that.
I'll say this:
That's it.
his light show presentation is amazing.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
nothing short of
Well, it
amazing.
definitely adds to it for sure. But and that I read that like years ago, so I don't even know what the statistics are today. But I always liked him. I've always, at my core, really liked trance as a subgenre of electronic music.
Yeah.
So I definitely like Armin van Buuren as well.
No idea.
Never heard of him. Yeah, he's got some good stuff out there.
You're probably good though. Sponsor us.
There you go. No, I follow him on Instagram and stuff. He's got some good music and stuff. And there's some other ones out there that like I have a whole plethora of things in my head of ones that I like. I definitely like I like all genres inside of electronic music for the most part.
Yeah.
I primarily like trance and happy hardcore.
Okay.
Or some people call happy hardcore UK hardcore. Because I guess in the UK they would just call it hardcore. But happy hardcore consists of 170 BPM, and it's really fast. But I don't know. There's a lot of really pretty melodies and things in there too, and a lot of things that you can catch and that are just really cool. And since it's happy hardcore, yes, there is a lot of more uplifting type of songs and stuff like that.
So you would say that the electronic music for you generates like when you're angry, when you're sad, when you're happy, when you're joy. Like you can subcategorize that all into one thing. Like
I guess so.
You
Yeah.
don't specifically just listen to it for one reason.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
For the most part, that's the type of music I connect the most with.
Nice.
You know.
Yeah.
So what's the type of music that you connect most with?
Ska.
What?
Music I connect most with. I don't know. My life's been interesting. I'm over here. My life has been interesting.
Sorry, I get distracted.
Squirrel. I was like, I don't know. I grew up in the early '90s listening to like a bunch of weird stuff, and bless my mother's heart, you know, she tried to keep me kind of on the straight and narrow path, which I am very grateful for.
Yeah.
But you know, I wasn't allowed to listen to like, you know, any what would be considered hardcore bands back then, like Nirvana or Metallica or anything. You know,
Gotcha.
instead she was like, "Hey, you can listen to Britney Spears." And I'm like, "I'm all right with that."
How is that a better alternative?
So I mean, my music genre has expanded over I like all type of music. I'm dead serious about that. Like I'm not just a person that's just like, oh, I like all type of music. No, like I actually like all type of music except for country. I hate country music. Sorry everybody that likes country.
We still like you.
Do you like country?
It depends.
Good. Yes, we still like you, but I don't respect you. Anyway, so
Well,
the probably the best genre I could relate with right now is like indie pop almost. Ben Howard's my favorite artist of all time. I found
so
him
what is
in
indie
2011.
pop?
So indie pop, indie rock. I mean, you can kind of like categorize that all.
Indie
together.
500?
I mean, it's
I don't
like
know.
the Indie 500. Yeah, they race. But I would say that like Ben Howard, big influence on me. Pretty much from listening to him is how I learned to play the guitar. Ziggy Alberts, he's cool. Just saw the Lumineers last night at a concert in Jersey.
All right. Woo!
They are absolutely amazing. Best concert I've probably been to in my whole life. I would say my top 3 concerts I've been to were last night, the Lumineers. I saw Eminem in New York City, and Ben Howard live in Philadelphia. Those would be my top 3. But anyway, so I don't know. That's the thing. Like, I can't just say I listen to one thing. It's like what I do with music and why I don't know why I do this is if I hear something I like, I will literally overplay it until I'm absolutely sick of it.
Yeah, that's typically what I do too. I'm like, oh, this is a great song.
So like right now, like on my way home from work,
247 plays later. I don't like this song anymore.
so on my way home from work, I'm usually a little like amped up from the day because like it just irritates me. Amped up. So I listen to my adrenaline workout playlist on the way home, and like that, like I listen to that. But then if I want to be calm or anything, like I'll listen to worship music, things like that. I mean, yeah. So.
Gotcha. Yeah. So there, what you're saying is there's not an exact genre that stands out to you more than the rest.
No, because I've been through them all. Honestly, like I rap. I loved early rap.
What about electro swing?
No. But
no, as in you haven't listened to it, or you don't like it?
I have listened to it, and I don't like it. I was I was big into the rave scene in like 2013, 2014, so I went through all that like electric music stuff, and honestly, by the end of the day, my head hurts. I kind of put that away. But
gotcha. Yeah. I do like electro swing though. So
really,
yeah,
nice.
Yeah, there's a band called Caravan Palace.
Okay.
That does some good ones there. I'm sure you've heard them out there.
Probably heard a couple other things.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah.
They're pretty popular, but there's some other electro swings that I've listened to. But I do also listen to non-electronic music. I know. I was like, what?
Shocker.
I'd probably say Skillet's probably my favorite non-electronic.
Skillet.
Yeah. Followed by the Protest.
Favorite Skillet song of all time?
I don't know. That's a good one, but the first one that comes to I like a lot of them, all of them pretty much, but the one that pops into mind is probably Resistance.
Resistance.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I was gonna say that's probably my second one. My first one is Whisper in the Dark. Whispers in the Dark.
Yeah. I do really like that one, but as you said, they're listening to something over and over and over again.
Yeah.
So I've been to a great number of Skillet concerts, which are all amazing, by the way. They really know how to perform and act out, and it's always a great performance. And they also they specifically also always try and play each of their tracks a little bit differently, so you're always getting a fresh experience at the concert.
Okay.
As opposed to listening to it on a track or whatever. So like some of the guitar riffs will be a little different, or they'll do different things.
Some of the guitar riffs are banjos.
Not quite like that. But anyways, for a number of years they only opened with Whispers in the Dark, and I absolutely loved that. And there was one back in 2012, I think, one of the Winter Jams or something like that. They had this big curtain in the front with their band logo.
Okay.
And at the time, they still had the violinist in the band. So the violinist and the cellist came out, and they played all of their parts for Whispers in the Dark.
Yeah.
And they had lights that would put their shadows on opposite sides of them. And then as they started getting to the end, like they got to the point, you saw flames shoot up out of the back from behind the curtain, and then like they had a couple lights flash, and then all of a sudden everything went dark, and you heard a loud boom, and the curtain dropped, and then like it was just so much energy, and I feel like they haven't been able to recapture something like that in an intro since then, unfortunately. But I mean, like it was really good.
That's awesome.
It
was
was
so cool to
very
see.
good. Yeah.
So like when you're listening to music, are you so like for me, I picture certain scenarios with certain songs, like certain things. Like
Yeah.
Do you have that mental
Do
thing
I
of, like,
visualize
where you
music? Yes.
visualize the music going
Yeah.
through? Yeah.
Often I'll visualize the laser lights and stuff like that, and I'll be sitting in the
Nice.
car driving and doing this with my hand, and I'll be like, oh, that's interesting. Well, driving. But I'm visualizing the lights with my hand, and
Yeah.
I just don't even realize that I'm translating it into my hand. I'm like, ooh, that'd be
I
really
come up
cool.
with different scenarios in my head of like certain things. I don't know. There's certain like music that I'll listen to that like brings me back to like certain places I've been. So I'll just like visualize that place and like actually like connect that place with that music.
Well, yeah, because I mean, music really can connect you to different things. Like for example, when I was younger, I was playing Super Mario on my Nintendo SP. Yeah,
The
my
little
Game
guy.
Boy SP.
Little guy.
Yeah, little guy. But I was listening to Bloomsheen. I don't know if you know who Bloomsheen is. It's German for blossom, and she had some really good techno and stuff like that. But I listening to one of her songs, and I was mostly just playing that game on the bus while listening to her.
Okay.
And so now every time I hear that, I immediately am taken back to me sitting there playing the game on the bus.
Nice. So have you ever like because I'm obviously techno is your favorite genre.
Mhm.
Have you ever like tried to do anything with that with lights like in your own life? Have you made anything that's like
I mean, I haven't done any lights or anything, but I have played around in Fruity Loops.
Okay.
I don't know if you know what Fruity Loops is. For
Yeah.
those of you who might not know what Fruity Loops is, it's a music compilation software that you can add in different instruments and you can add in different instruments and kind of like create a beat almost like the same way you would create one of those things that you turn by pressing in the notes into the metal so that it plays the right notes at the right times. That's basically what you're doing electronically. But you can do different sound effects. You can add in your own sound effects. You can get plugins. You can play raw audio, recording voice and vocodecs and go nuts. Like it's a professional grade software.
Yeah.
But I've just dabbled in it.
You made a couple though.
I've made a
that are
couple.
very good.
There's a few on my channel, on my videos.
The Zivion?
Yeah, on Zivion Studios. Yeah.
Zivion Studios, go to it, check
It's
out.
it's one of the link channels.
Yeah.
From ours. Yeah.
There's also a cool dance party you can check out.
Gosh.
Beep.
No.
No, but in all seriousness, the stuff that you made that I've heard, because I remember you were playing it the one day, like when we first ever met.
Yeah.
You were playing it. And
Yeah.
I
I was
came up,
playing some.
and I
of
was
it,
like,
yeah.
"Who is this?" And you're like, "I made this," and I was like, "No." And he showed me the whole thing.
Yeah,
It was so
yep.
cool. It was really cool.
Yeah, I've dabbled. I feel like my stuff is mediocre and not really that great, but
Oh, stop!
I'm just playing around.
Don't short yourself. Change stuff.
Don't short yourself. Don't short stuff your change.
Come here, short stuff. Change.
Short stuff. I got some change for you.
Oh no, we've derailed.
Uh,
I would say that, like, and with the visualization stuff, like, not only connecting to, like, music has honestly at points saved my life in certain areas and aspects. It's great, and one of my favorites that I didn't learn to appreciate until later on in life was classical music.
Yeah.
Love Chopin, Beethoven. There's so many wonderful Ludwig. There's so many great
yeah.
old composers out there.
I can't say that I absolutely love all classical music, but there's quite a
Yeah.
few classical, songs out there that I really do love and appreciate, and I've always liked those, and that's why I think I was drawn to trance a lot, is because trance is usually like 130, 135 BPM, and it's a lot more mellow. It's almost peaceful in a sense. That's
Yeah.
why they call it trance.
Yeah.
But it's got a lot of beautiful melodies in it, very complicated structures. Not always, but usually
Yeah.
that flow is just very nice, and it's a whole composition of all sorts of instruments together.
Yeah.
And that's one of the reasons why I really like it.
Like basically all coming together. It's true what they say about like studying the classical music and things like that. Like it's so odd. like if I'm reading a book and listening to classical music, like I can remember everything I read. But then if I don't, I forget.
Right.
Like, within, like, the first
Right,
couple
yeah.
seconds. One of my favorite things to do was going out like in the woods or by a tree and watching like the light shine through
Mm-hmm.
like the tree and listening to classical music
Right.
and watching like the leaves kind of dance along like with the tones.
Yeah.
It was just
Yep.
really cool.
Definitely.
Absolutely.
Yep. Uh huh. Yeah. Uh huh. I have no idea why I decided to go off to the side. Pay attention.
Whoa, what's going on? Are we doing a podcast? Technology.
Scary. Wait.
Well, why don't you guys let us know down in the comments below what your favorite music genre, songs, bands, things are as well. Make sure to let us know other topics you might want to have us talk about on this crazy mad thing.
Podcast.
What's
of
that?
madness. Mad pod. Pod.
Podcast? Oof.
Oof. Madness.
Manis.
Manis.
Yeah.
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 Are we done?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm done with you.
Yeah.